Hello there, everyone. It's Dr. Ryan Warhurst. Welcome to Next Level Nutrition and Detoxification. Uh, I'm looking forward to doing this today. I know that there will be patients and guests on this, and so with that, welcome. Again, today is all about improving your health, and that's what my goal is for each and every webinar or workshop is to help improve your health. The fact of the matter is that when it comes to nutrition detoxification, there's really some simple steps. Doesn't mean it's easy, but with that, it's simple. Okay, and with that, we're going to be keeping to the KISS principle. If you're familiar with the KISS principle, keep it keep it simple, stupid. We're going to keep it really simple today, because here's the thing: it's the simple things, it's the basic blocking and tackling when it comes to nutrition today. But those things have the greatest impact on one's health. Okay, and the fact of the matter is, when it comes to nutrition and detoxification, the critical thing is that it's a way of life. Okay, it's a lifestyle. It's not just a diet, or it's not just something that you do once in a great while. To have the greatest impact on your health is this, for it to be a lifestyle. Okay, it's just a way of life. Okay, here's the thing: is it's October 28th. There's several things. We're got Halloween coming up. We're coming in the end of the year. With that, the end of the year is typically when the wheels fall off for people. Okay, it starts Halloween. Eat the candy, and then it just goes through to the you got Thanksgiving, Christmas, but then you got all the holiday parties, the neighborhood parties, things at work, all of these things, and so it becomes just a downhill slide from October, the end of October, to the beginning of the year. Okay, and oftentimes people will wake up January 1st and be like, man, I put on 10 pounds. How did I get here? Well, it's not rocket science. Okay, what you put into your mouth absolutely affects your health. Okay, and not only does it affect your health, but it also what you put into your mouth also affects your immune system. Okay, so right now we're still in the midst of COVID-19, or that's what we're told. I know that we're being told that cases are going up. Here's the thing: is that hospitalization deaths are going down. I don't care, frankly, what side of the aisle that you're on. It's pretty simple when it comes to the immune system. There's some simple things that you can do to help boost your immune system. And like I said from day one, with all of this going on, is that we're being programmed. Okay, we're being programmed through what we're watching on the news. With that, question everything and do your own research. Because really, when it comes down to the immune system, it's all about the host, not the virus. It's all about the host, not the virus. So it's doing simple things to help boost the immune system. And what we're going to be talking today in Next Level Nutrition and Detoxification is critical for that. Okay, again, when it comes to nutrition and detoxification, okay, what we put into our mouth, will that have an impact on our health? 100%, absolutely. And does it affect the state of health in the United States? Absolutely. And so here's the fact of the matter is that in the United States, approximately 71.6% of adults over the age of 20 are overweight or obese. 6 out of 10 adults have a chronic disease. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the U.S. Approximately 46% of people in the U.S. have used a prescription medication in the last 30 days. and over 100 million adults in the United States have diabetes or pre-diabetes. Okay. Here's the fact: is that these statistics are alarming. With that, currently in the United States, the state of our health is rapidly declining. It's going downhill. People are sicker, more than ever, and these trends only seem to be increasing. Okay, and so with that being said, is today, okay, again, when you look at all of this, what's going on in our world, our country from a health perspective, when you look at all of these things from obesity to 6 out of 10 adults have a chronic disease, heart disease, on medications, diabetes, prediabetes, those are all lifestyle diseases. They're all lifestyle diseases and preventable. Okay, and I find it very interesting that right now in the middle of COVID, we're hearing about all of these, the people that have passed from COVID, and every single one of them is tragic and awful and horrible. Here's the thing, okay. When we look at the stats, I think the stats is 220,000, 225,000 people have died from COVID, and again, each one of those is terrible. Okay, the CDC came out and said, the end of August, that only 6% truly died from COVID. The rest died with COVID. Okay, and I find it interesting that we've shut down the whole economy. We've shut down everything for COVID. But yet we have over 600,000 people dying per year from heart disease. Cancer killing close to over 500,000 people per year. Diabetes. Again, over 100 million people have diabetes. Frankly, if we were truly concerned about people's health and people dying, we would be looking at addressing the lifestyle issues. Okay, but here's the thing. You get my point. You get my point. So with that being said, here today is all about learning the truth. Okay, the truth will set people free. That's what it says. In the Word, in the Scripture, is that the truth will set you. People perish for a lack of knowledge. Okay, and here's today what we're going to learn is we're going to learn. Really some truths that are unfavorable to the public eye. Okay, we don't like hearing these things regarding COVID. We also don't necessarily like hearing things regarding our healthcare system. Okay, and here's the fact of the matter is that when we look at our healthcare system, okay, our healthcare system truly isn't a healthcare system. It's a sick or a disease care system. Okay, and really it's the disease model versus the health model. Okay, and with that being said, when we look at the disease model, okay, and this is the way most people live their lives. Okay, is that they live their lives. It's interesting. I hear this regularly. Is that people will say, often, I ignored my health for the first 40, 50 years of my life to amass wealth. Okay, and then I tried to buy back my health with my wealth. Okay, and it just doesn't work well. Okay, it just doesn't work that well. A disease model is what most people in the United States are following today, leading to our declining state of health. A disease model eliminates any kind of focus on healthy lifestyle or prevention, and only looks at masking the symptoms of disease with medication once it has already been acquired. Okay, so nothing about prevention. It's all about treating after the symptoms and after the problems arise. While following a disease model, people become naive and uneducated to the long-term effects of their lifestyle choices and instead look to medication to fix or mask the disease after they have it. The disease model is the result of the skyrocketing chronic disease number prescription medication and obesity in the U.S. Okay, here's the thing: is that the disease care model, okay, with it, comes so a lot of negative things. Does the disease care model work? Certainly, it works. I will say the disease care model is phenomenal. Okay, is in emergency care. In emergency care, it is phenomenal. Our country is the best in the world at emergency care. Okay, and absolutely, and in that respect, absolutely, it saves lives. Okay, but when we wait for people to get sick and diseased to do something, okay, it doesn't work out that well. Okay, here's the fact of the matter is we spend more money. The United States spends more money on healthcare than ever before. We spend more money than any other country, combined. And so with that, the disease model does not work. Here, let's look at the cost of disease care in the United States. Again, we have, there's people. Okay, average monthly cost of chemotherapy is $1,000 to $12,000. Average monthly cost of medication is $1,200. Average cost of heart surgery is $324,000. Average yearly cost for diabetes care is $9,601. And here's the thing: is that oftentimes I will hear, people, say that, hey, living a healthy lifestyle, eating well, getting adjusted, it's expensive. Okay, it's expensive. Here's the thing: the cost of disease care is extravagantly more expensive. Okay, extravagantly more, way more. And so with that, what I want to focus on today is not necessarily disease care, sick care. Okay, I want to focus on the true health, and really what steps you can take to have an impact on improving your health. Okay, really looking at it, at the health model. Okay, and when we look at taking steps, okay, and changing your lifestyle, okay, and really implementing what we call the 5 essentials, or what I call the 5 essentials to health. Okay. It can overcome your fears. Okay, and when I say the 5 essentials, okay, absolutely, that's addressing your spine, your nervous system. That's nutrition. That's exercise. Okay, that's strong mental mindset. Okay, and then detoxification. Okay, those things. Okay, those things can help. Implementing those. The 5 essentials can have a huge impact on your health, help you overcome your fears, so you don't have to be, live in fear of a virus, or you don't have to live in fear of sickness or disease. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, I'm not going to say, oh, living the 5 essentials, you'll never get sick or diseased. I'm not going to say that, but what I will absolutely say is it's going to happen a whole lot less often. Okay. Here's the thing: is that when we look at improving one's lifestyle, okay, we're looking at the health model. Health model focuses on prevention, like I've said, instead of symptom management. With that being said, is today we're going to be focusing on the 5 essentials, but in particularly we're going to be looking at diving into nutrition, detox. Before we do that, first off, what we got to come back to, okay, is really understand, and again, for patients, you understand, is what system in our body controls all function of our body. Okay, and that is, okay, the critical thing. Okay, the critical thing is to understand that there is a huge difference between function and feeling. Okay, function and feeling. There's a huge difference. Okay, and with that, for you to truly be healthy, okay, your body's got to be functioning at 100%. Okay, and again, the system in our body that controls all function of the body, it's the nervous system. The nervous system controls all function of the body. Again, it's responsible for your heart to beat, your lungs to breathe, food to digest in your stomach to a cut healing on the arm. All of those things happen because your brain makes those things happen. So with that being said, okay, is that the nervous system, okay, absolutely responsible for the function of our body. Okay, again, the part of the nervous system that allows us to feel is only 6%. Okay, so most people, okay, live their lives, determining their health based off how they feel. Okay, but here's the thing: is 94% of what happens in our body we can't feel, but it's what determines function. Okay, and again, the nervous system controls all function. Okay, and here's the thing: is that the nervous system is so sensitive and delicate, it needs protection, and that's why God created the spine. Okay, so the God created the spine to protect the nervous system. So again, when we look at the spine from the front, it's got to be straight up and down, hips level from the side, 3 curves, curve of the neck, middle back, lower back, all 45 degrees, the ears over the shoulders. Okay, but again, what can happen is, I've got my spine here. What can happen is that the spine can shift out of its normal position. Okay, with that can irritate, put pressure on the nerves. Okay, and that creates all sorts of problems. Okay, it can create issues. If it's in the upper neck, that can have a huge impact on headaches. Can have an impact on neck pain. That upper neck, direct connection with the immune system. So if there's interference in that upper neck, that's going to lower or suppress the immune system. Okay, and so with that, with that being said, issues in the lower neck, those can affect the nerves that go to down the arms, so numbness and tingling in the arms, the hands. The nerves that come out of that lower neck are also the very nerves that control the heart, lungs. So it can have an impact on some very important organs. Okay, and with that, again, the thing to understand with the nervous system, okay, and the spine, is that what causes issues to the spine, the nervous system, okay, is stress. Okay, stress comes in different forms. 3 forms. I talk about it all the time. I can almost be a broken record talking about it. But with that, when people think of stress, most people think of mental, emotional stress. And absolutely, mental, emotional stress absolutely has an impact on the spine, the nervous system. Then there's physical stress by slips, falls, accidents. Okay, sports injuries, repetitive motions. Okay, the way working at a computer. Okay, your devices. Cell phones. Looking down like this. Okay, those are all forms of physical stress. Okay, and then with that, the third form of stress, okay, and most people forget about, is chemical stress. By what we put into our body through what are we eating, what are we drinking, chemicals we're exposed to. Okay, and really that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Okay, and with that, okay, again, our bodies, it's critical to understand our bodies have an amazing healing potential, healing capacity, okay, as long as it's not being interfered with. Okay, and again, when I say interference, that can be interference in the nervous system. When I say interference, that could be interference with what you're eating. When I say interference, that could be interference with the chemicals that you're being exposed to. Okay, so again, our bodies are designed to heal, to function optimally as long as it's not being interfered with. Okay, so for those of you that are patients, you've had your spine and nervous system checked, but those of you that are guests or somebody has recommended you watch this and you haven't had your spine and nervous system checked, I recommend you do so. With that being said, what you need to know how your spine and nervous system are functioning are X-rays. Okay, that's going to give us an understanding of what's going on with your spine, how it's affecting the nervous system, so we can help you with your health needs, your health goals. Okay, so definitely call the office. we can get you scheduled for that. Because you're watching this today, our first 3 visits, that includes everything, exam, x-ray, everything, for $99. Usually it's $225, but since somebody referred you, it's just $99. So call the office at 303-945-4987 and talk to the girls, and they can get you scheduled for that. Okay. And so again, the body needs no help. Okay. Just no interference. Okay. And here's the thing: is poor diet is a major source of interference. Okay. Major source. Okay, so eating a poor diet is a major source of interference. Unfortunately, most individuals do not consume a balanced or healthy diet. In fact, one source found that only 1 in 10 individuals meet the recommended daily allowance for fruit and vegetable consumption. Okay, 1 out of 10. Okay, and hear me. Okay, I often hear people say, "Oh yeah, I eat well." Okay, we eat well. Eating well is important to me. Okay, and so with that, and for most of my patients, or a lot of my patients, I know that it is. Okay, but I also know that there's people out there that will say I eat healthy. Okay, but with that being said, they continue to eat pro-inflammatory foods, and occasionally, not the end of the world. Okay, but when it is poor diet all the time, it is a major source of interference. It causes substantial health issues, and it causes problems. So a healthy, balanced diet is essential for wellness and disease prevention. But what is the definition of healthy anyways? Next, let's learn how proper nutrition affects your body's function and what a healthy diet means. Okay, and so with that, to put it simply, okay, really the key thing when it comes to diet, okay, nutrition, okay, again, is it's not a diet. Okay, it's not a diet. It's got to be a lifestyle. Okay, and the critical thing when it comes to lifestyle is and hear me here. Okay, I do not think that there's one way of eating that is 100% correct for every single human being. I don't. Okay, I think there's certain principles that every single person can benefit from. Okay, and that's the critical thing is implementing those principles into your lifestyle so they become a habit. And the number one principle I got to say when it comes to nutrition and detox, it's all about reducing inflammation in the body. Okay. It's simple. That's it. Reduce inflammation. Okay, and it's going to have a huge impact, because here's the thing: is that inflammation absolutely can affect our joints. Most when people think of inflammation, and joints, they think of arthritis, and absolutely, inflammation is involved in arthritis. Okay, inflammation can affect the brain. Okay, inflammation can affect the spine. Okay, so with that being said, inflammation, here's the thing we got to understand is that acute inflammation actually is the body's way to heal. Okay, but where it becomes problematic, okay, so again, if you have an injury, like you sprain your ankle, there's swelling. That swelling or inflammation is the body's defense mechanism to help repair that tissue. Okay, but here's the thing: so acute inflammation actually can be healing, but where it becomes very, very problematic is where it becomes chronic inflammation. And what we put into our mouth, what we put into our body, okay, think of it this way: is inflammation is like a fire. Okay, it's like a fire burning inside, and what we consume, what we eat, either adds fuel to that fire or helps squash that fire. Okay, and so with that, if what we're eating is adding fuel to the fire, adding fuel to that inflammation, okay, that inflammation is going to become chronic. chronic inflammation can lead to issues like cardiovascular disease, neurologic disease, autoimmune disease, RA, cancer, lupus, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, just to name a few. Okay, and so when we come to reducing inflammation in the body, okay, that's the overarching principle when it comes to next level nutrition, is reduce that inflammation. Okay, there's really 4 simple steps. Okay, 4 simple changes that need to be made. Okay, and that's number 1 is clean your carbs, 2 fix your fats, 3 perfect your proteins, and 4 trash the toxins. That's it. Okay, those 4 steps. Okay, all will have a huge impact, on reducing the inflammation in the body and really removing interference, so your body can heal and function more like it was designed. Okay, and so when we talk about, we're going to dive into each one of these, cleaning your carbs. Okay, and the number 1 place to start, okay, with cleaning your carbs is sugar. Okay, sugar is the main source of inflammation in the American diet. It is sugar. Okay, and those things that convert to sugar. Okay, like grains and pastas and rice. Those things all convert to sugar. Okay, and so with that, a major source of it causes inflammation in the body. Okay, with that being said, is that another major source of sugar in the American diet, okay, is sodas. Okay, sodas, 1/3 of dietary sugar comes from soft drinks, making average Americans on average, Americans average about 55 gallons of soda per year. It takes 30 cups of water to neutralize 1 can of soda. Okay, it is essential that you cut the soda. Okay, cut the soda, and with that also cut the fruit juice. Fruit juices have almost as much sugar as the sodas. Okay, here's the thing: is that sugar, in cleaning the carbs, sugar, you got to be careful. Sugar is in everything. Okay, it's in everything. You got to read the labels. Okay, it's in pasta sauces, lunch meats, canned foods, condiments. It's in ketchup, barbecue sauce, mayonnaise, pizza sauces, salad dressings, crackers, yogurt, snacks, breads. Again, all of those things. Okay, have sugar. Sugar is the leading cause of inflammation in the American diet. Okay. With that being said, okay, sugar also, okay, the top 10 reasons, okay, to discontinue sugar, okay, I want to read them to you. Sugar is the primary dietary cause of obesity, increases acidity of the body, okay, causes inflammation, again, what I'm talking about, primary reason for high cholesterol, causes hormonal and metabolic imbalances, is your fast track to diabetes, is a known toxin, leads to heart disease, is an anti-nutrient, promotes cancer. Okay, again, when you look at cancer cells, okay, and understand, cancer cells have 10 times the amount of receptors for sugar than any cell in the body. So what that means is cancer, sugar is fuel for cancer cells. Okay, and you can know this, okay, beyond a shadow of a doubt, by a PET scan. Okay, a PET scan, it's a diagnostic tool to diagnose somebody with cancer, and what they do is they inject somebody with radioactive dye laced with sugar, and with that goes into the bloodstream. The cancer cells recognize the sugar. They eat that sugar and they light up like a Christmas tree, and that's how they know that you have cancer. Okay, or one way that they know you have cancer. Okay, so cut the sugar. Okay, so you got to clean your carbs. Okay, with that, as far as some alternatives to sugar. Okay, that's the main one. is stevia. Okay, that can be. It comes from an herb. It does not have an impact on blood sugar. With that, some other sources, xylitol, erythritol, those things. Those are sugar alcohols for some people that can cause some GI issues. So stevia is a good one. With that, honey, maple syrup. Those are things that want to use moderately. Okay. With that, in fixing your fats. Okay. Next step, fix your fats. It is you gotta eliminate the bad fats. Okay. You gotta eliminate the bad fats, and those bad fats are the hydrogenated, partially hydrogenated oils. Those are the trans fats, the margarines, the synthetic butters. Margarine is one molecule away from plastic, so the body has no idea how to process it. Okay. Also, with that, other bad fats, are the vegetable oil. That's a rancid fat. Corn oil, canola oil is oftentimes a misunderstood one. Canola oil comes from rapeseed oil. So rapeseed, RAPE. It's big time genetically modified. So it is absolutely a bad fat. Okay. So you want to again eliminate the bad fats, and you want to switch to the good fats. Okay. And those good fats are the extra virgin olive oil. Okay. Great oil to put in salad dressings. Make your homemade salad dressings. Olive oil is one that you can cook with, but at low temperatures. Okay, low temperatures. Avocado oil. Avocado oil is an oil that you can cook with at higher temperatures. Okay, coconut oil, again, great healthy fats. Coconut oil is one at medium temperature. Okay, raw nuts, seeds. With that. Grass-fed meat, eggs, okay, and then wild caught fish. Okay, those things absolutely are good healthy fats. So again, load up on the good healthy fats, and eliminate the bad fats. Okay, again, another critical fat, essential healthy fat, is the essential fatty acids. Okay, that's your fish oil. Okay, your fish oil is absolutely a critical healthy fat. Most Americans are deficient in fish oil. Okay, omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, and so with that, that is absolutely one supplement. Okay, that everyone should be taking because you can't get enough of it. In the typical standard American diet, most people will not get enough. So make sure you're taking an omega-3, high quality omega-3 pharmaceutical grade. Doesn't have the heavy metals and the toxicity elements that can come with fish oil. Okay, so with that, next step in reducing the inflammation in the body is by perfecting your proteins. Okay, so again, when we say perfect your proteins, what I mean by that is you want to. We've heard that you are what you eat. Okay, that's only half truth. The full truth is you are what you eat. Okay, so with that, you need to be eating proteins, okay, or protein sources that are being fed what they were designed to eat. Like cows, they have multiple stomachs for a reason, to digest grass. Okay, here's the thing: is that conventionally raised meats, okay, cows are fed all sorts of grains, corns, genetically modified, grains and all of that. With that, they're injected with all sorts of hormones, antibiotics. They're actually fed a lot of sugar and candy, okay, to fatten them up, okay. And with that, that absolutely will have an impact on the health of the meat, okay. So again, that's why I say, you are what you eat. Okay, so in perfecting your proteins, you want to eat, make sure you're eating proteins that are being fed what they were designed to eat, like again, cow's grass. Okay, buffalo grass. Like you want to free range. Okay, chicken. Okay, and eggs, wild caught fish. Okay, those are really some simple things. When it comes to perfecting your proteins. The thing about the conventionally raised meats or proteins is that when they're being fed all of those grains that are sprayed with the pesticides and genetically modified organisms, injected with hormones and antibiotics, okay, there becomes a toxic bioaccumulation in that meat, and then when we eat that, that's passed on to us, okay, and with that, I mentioned that essential fatty acids are critical, okay, the fish oil, but it's also interesting when you look at protein, okay, and meats, okay, when they're not being fed. And when I say, I want to be clear, when I'm talking about essential fatty acid here, I'm talking about the essential fatty acid ratio, so omega-6 to omega-3s, okay. Really, the omega-6 to omega-3, so omega-6 are more pro-inflammatory, omega-3s are more anti-inflammatory, okay. So with that, we want the ratio to be 2 to 4 to 1 omega-6 to omega-3s. Okay. Here's the fact of the matter is that the average American, okay, is way skewed to the omega-6 side, so it's 20 to 50 to 1 omega-6 to omega-3. So what that means is big time pro-inflammatory. Okay. And with that, same thing with conventionally raised cows. Okay, conventionally raised cows, they have a essential fatty acid omega-6 to omega-3 20 to 1. Okay, here's the thing: is grass-fed, it's 2.5 to 1 omega-6 to omega-3. So it does not create the inflammation, in your body when you eat it. Okay, and here's the thing: we've been told that red meat is bad. Okay, I will agree that conventionally raised red meat is bad. Okay, but meat that is being fed what they were designed to eat can absolutely be healing to the body. Can help reduce the inflammation. Can be a good fat. It's a perfect protein, and your body needs it. Okay, and so with that, the critical thing in changing your perfecting your proteins, okay, is really, oftentimes I get asked, Dr. Ryan, there's a lot of changes that I need to make as far as my nutrition. What's the first thing? What's the first step I should take? Okay, and what I would say is the first step, because people think, oh, do I have to go all organic? Do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? The first step, okay, is change your animal products first, because that has such an impact on toxins. Okay, and it also can be a good healthy fat. So eat the 100% grass-fed beef, the free-range chicken and eggs, wild-caught fish. So those things. Okay, and then with that being said, is that next is trash your toxins. Okay, critical. Trash your toxins. If you cannot on any boxed items, okay, any processed food, if you cannot pronounce it, okay, excuse me, if you can't pronounce it, okay, don't put it in your body. That's chemicals. Okay, that's toxins. Okay, so trash the toxins. And here's the thing: is these simple steps, okay, all critical in reducing the inflammation in the body. Okay, but these 4 steps: clean your carbs, fix your fats, perfect your proteins, trash your toxins, critical. Okay, to next level nutrition. Okay, and really, really, again, having this be a way of life and being your lifestyle. Okay, the fact of life now in America, okay, is that the soils that are raising our produce, okay, are nowhere near as nutrient dense as they were 40, 50 years ago. Okay, the practices of raising produce, the practices of raising meats, okay, or proteins, those things, have definitely impacted the quality and the nutrient density of our food. Okay, so absolutely, this is one of the most important things that you can do for your health, okay, in reducing inflammation, is taking these steps. Okay, but here's the thing: is a common belief that I often hear is I don't need to take supplements because I can get adequate amounts of every nutrient from diet alone. Okay, and the thing about it is that today it's just not true like it used to be. Okay, because again, the way that they what they've done to our soils. Okay, and then also another thing that has an impact on the nutrient density is really how we cook and prepare our foods. Okay, it's interesting that cooking food has a major impact on the food's nutrient content because the hot temperature depletes nutrients. This includes boiling, simmering, poaching. Okay, the following are key vitamins and minerals that are most affected by cooking, cooked out of food, and that's water-soluble vitamins. So that's vitamin C, that's B vitamins. So that's B1, that's B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B8. So again, B vitamins, vitamin C, fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, minerals such as potassium, magnesium, sodium, calcium. Again, grilling severely diminishes B vitamins. Okay. Also, with that, grilling causes more health concern, not just because of lost nutrients, okay, but also there's known carcinogens, okay, that when you sear the meat, okay, the effects are heterocyclic amines, polycystic aromatic hydrocarbons. Again, they're carcinogenic. Okay, so again, I'll be clear. Okay, I love a steak. I love to grill foods. Okay, but again, you don't want to burn it. Okay, you don't want to get those. You don't want to cook it at high temperatures because that has an impact on those chemicals. Okay, with that, canning food, and when I say canning food, is eating canned food that you get at the grocery store, not canning fresh produce yourself. With that, foods that you get from the grocery store from cans, most of the time they have BPA in the can. The lining of the can is laden with BPA, and so with that, just some things to understand is that yes, okay, it's so critical to make changes to what we're eating, okay, but it's also important that you're supplementing your diet, okay, supplementing your diet with very important nutrients. I've already talked about one. That's the omega-3s. Okay, omega-3s. The fish oil, critical. With that, I also recommend our daily essentials for men and women. Okay, both of them have the fish oil in them. Both of them have a men or a women's, depending on which one. Multivitamin. Okay. Vitamin D3 and probiotics, B complex, and magnesium. Again, those those nutrients, those vitamins, okay, are often depleted in the way that we cook our food, prepare our food, but also out in the fields, just by the way our soil has been tainted. Okay, so when it comes to eating, okay, as a lifestyle, okay. Again, I don't want you to look at it as a diet. I want you to look at it as a way of life, and really put it simply, okay, is that you want to make sure that you're eating food by God, okay, rather than food by man. Food by God really means that there's really not a label on it, so it's produce, okay, vegetables, um, you know, fruit, okay, that's healthy proteins, okay. And again, oftentimes we overcomplicate nutrition, okay. Again, that's what I was saying today. I was going to keep it simple. The KISS principle, keep it simple. That's what I'm doing. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated, okay. That often leads to confusion, okay. With that, eat foods by God, eliminate the foods by man, okay. And that's simple. Pretty much anything that comes in a box, or with that comes from a factory, okay, or a factory or plant. I don't mean grown from a plant. I mean from a factory, okay. Really would be better off, okay, eliminating those. Again, focus on the food made by God, like produce, instead of the factory processed foods. Okay, simple changes, and then replace your processed foods. Okay, so again, a couple changes that you could make is rather than a sugar-filled granola bar or a candy bar, do a essential bar. We have essential bars. Has the high quality fat with that protein, all of those things. Rather than a frozen dinner, fresh baked chicken and vegetables, or instead of deli meats, like the sausage or things that have a whole lot of nitrates, get the fresh baked turkey. Okay, Costco has some great organic turkey. Rather than processed American cheese, go with the, again, a better option is raw organic cheese, okay? Rather than chips, switch out, replace with carrots, okay? Or snap peas, okay? Just some simple things that you can do that can have, a big impact, okay? And here's the thing: is another critical thing that you got to do is really be aware. Okay, about chemicals. Chemicals are everywhere. Okay, so count chemicals, not calories. Okay, and chemicals like BPA, artificial colors, sweeteners, nitrates, glyphosates. So that's Roundup. Okay, that's also chemicals with GMOs. All of those things. Avoiding all processed food as often as possible. Okay, with that, here's the thing: is that that chemicals, we're exposed to hundreds of toxins on a daily basis. Hundreds of toxins. Toxins are everywhere. Okay, I mean, really. When you're inside, and in fact the research shows that the inside air is more toxic than outside air. Okay? So toxins are everywhere. They're in cosmetics, to our cleaners, to the carpets or our mattresses. They all off-gas, the paint. Again, not to overwhelm you. Okay, I'm not here to overwhelm you, but I'm also here to shed light on the situations that we're exposed to hundreds of toxins on a daily basis. Okay, and with that, okay, many people are using toxic products without any thought, and they don't even realize. Okay, so I want to encourage you. To really educate yourself, on chemicals. Any products that you put on your skin. Okay, any cleaners, anything like that goes into your house. Really start looking at that. Okay, for some of you that this is your first exposure, to changing your lifestyle. Okay, I'm going to recommend start reducing the inflammation in your body through what you're eating first. Okay, start making some changes as far as changing your animal products, reducing sugar, those things. Okay, before you dive into the toxicity component. Okay, but something to be aware of. Again, there's a lot. When it comes to changing your lifestyle, okay, can be overwhelming. Okay, but there's a saying that goes, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So just take baby steps, one step at a time, but we're exposed to hundreds of toxins on a daily basis. And really, how our toxins affect us, it has an impact on our DNA. It damages enzymes in the body, organs, disrupts hormones, okay, displaces minerals, okay. Toxins have extreme damaging effect on the body, yet we are constantly exposed to them on a daily basis. Okay, so here's the thing, okay, is that our bodies are like a bucket. Okay, our bodies are like a bucket, and when I talk about the bucket theory of toxicity, is that your body can only tolerate or only withstand so much chemicals or so much toxicity so it can only tolerate before it starts to overflow. Okay, and when it starts to overflow, that's when things get ugly. When things start to arise. Okay, for some people that could be fatigue, low energy, headaches, hormonal imbalances, joint stiffness, sleep issues, depression, mood swings, memory loss, cancer, dizziness, digestive issues, weight loss issues, high blood pressure, central nervous system disorders. Okay, toxicity plays a huge piece. Okay, and with that, when our body can no longer tolerate those chemicals, it just spills out, and we experience all sorts of issues or symptoms. Okay, and here's the fact. According to research, recent study, 95% of cancer is due to environmental toxicity, okay, or chemical exposure and lifestyle. Okay, so this is just something to critical to be aware of. And with that, how do you minimize exposure? Okay, a couple things. Okay, first is check your pots and pans. Okay, and you want to make sure that your pots or pans are PTFE and PFOA free. Okay, typically those are Teflon coated coatings. Okay, and with that, those coatings are toxic. Okay, and then when you cook food in it, that transfers to the food, and then we eat it and we pick up those toxins. Okay, so want to make sure that those coatings aren't on your pots and pans. You can look at cast iron or stainless steel. Those are some great options. Also, storage containers. I recommend glass absolutely over plastic. And the reason is because of BPA. BPA is a compound which is commonly found in many packages, cans, and storage containers. It's an endocrine disruptor. Okay, meaning it can interfere with normal hormone production function, leads to reproductive issues, increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, cancers. Okay, so again, what you store your food in can leach into your food. So again, glass, stainless steel, so those are the best. Stay away from plastics, anything with BPA. One study found that people who ate canned soup every day for 5 days had 1,221% higher urine BPA levels than people who ate fresh soup. Okay, so again, always look for BPA-free storage containers, cans, and avoid packaged food as often as possible. Okay, again, here's the thing to understand is that our skin, okay, is our largest organ. Okay, it's our largest organ, and so what you put onto your skin, okay, absolutely, it will be. What you put onto your skin will actually penetrate, okay, and go internally. Okay, so cosmetics, personal care products, they contain a variety of harmful toxins, phthalates, polyphenols, glycols, parabens, all toxic. Okay, so again, not to overwhelm you, just to bring attention to this area, because again, these toxins affect hormones, causes issues, okay, all sorts of problems. And then another thing is household cleaners. Some great things you can use. Norwex mix. That's what we use in our house. Norwex, vinegar, those things. But again, if you're just starting to be exposed to to these things, or a healthier lifestyle, I want to be clear. This isn't the first place you start. You start with reducing the inflammation in your body through what you're eating. Okay, and then one of the most important things that you can do as far as detoxification, okay, is hydrate. Okay, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Excuse me. Drinking plenty of water. With that, the rule of thumb is to drink half your body in ounces a day. So half your body in ounces per day. That really helps detoxify and helps with gut health. The fact of the matter is that the body is comprised of approximately 60% of water. Okay, so drinking optimal amounts of water is incredibly important for detoxification and gut health again. Okay. Also, with that, here's another thing as far as toxicity goes, is our water supply. Okay, is can be toxic as well. Okay, so make sure you're drinking filtered water, not tap water. Tap water has all sorts of medications, pharmaceuticals, all sorts of chlorine. So again, filtered water, reverse osmosis is great. That's what we have at our house. I love it. Okay, so make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Again, when it comes to toxicity, know what's in your food. Okay, if you can't pronounce it, or if you don't know what it is, don't buy it. Okay, don't put it in your shopping cart. Don't eat it. Okay, because those chemicals will be absorbed, okay, into the body, and it will create problems. Okay, so when it comes to toxicity, okay, one of the most important steps you can take as far as detoxing is reducing your exposure. Okay, reducing your exposures to those things, one of the best things that you can do. Okay, with that, okay, so again, take those steps, reduce your exposure, but also with that, because we live in such a toxic world, and we've accumulated all of these toxins or chemicals, within our body, it's critically important to get those toxins out. Because if we don't get those toxins out, and you continually add toxins to the mix or chemicals, again, your bucket is going to become filled, and issues are going to arise. So it's critically important that you detox. And a great way to detox, okay, there's really two ways I recommend as far as detoxing in the office. You know, one is a more subtle way, okay, and both of them, both of the detoxes that I'm going to recommend, or that I recommend, include the detox system. And the thing about the detox system, where it's phenomenal, it's a two-part detox, okay. One part is to get the junk out of the cells. Okay, so it's intracellular detoxification. So again, it's getting the chemicals, the toxins out of the cells. And then with that, we got to get those toxins, once they're out of the cell, we got to then also get them out of the body. So it's extracellular detoxification as well. So that's the two parts, intracellular and extracellular detoxification. And that's critical to get those toxins, those chemicals out of the cells, out of the body. Okay, and so with that, the detox system, it's a standalone, product. Again, really helps in if you've done, it just helps in getting the chemicals out of the body. Okay, with that, I recommend this. For really anybody, okay. But if you know that you have, been exposed to a lot, you've never done a detox before, okay. My recommendation, okay, is to do the 15-day detox. The 15-day detox, is just a stronger detox. So the detox system is typically, this right here on the screen, is typically done over 30 days. The 15-day detox is, again, done over 15 days, so it's a deeper cleanse. So if you're having more issues with energy levels, brain fog, okay, digestive issues, depression, joint stiffness, high blood pressure, weight loss challenges, I recommend doing a deeper cleanse. Okay, and that's the 15-day detox. The 15-day detox includes breakfast and lunch. Okay, so it's smoothies for breakfast and lunch, and with that it includes vitamin D, daily defense, which has turmeric in it, which is critical in lowering the inflammation in the body. So really some, it's a powerful synergistic detox that really helps get the chemicals out, as well as lowering the inflammation in the body. Okay, so that 15-day detox. If you're having, persistent issues, that is what I would recommend, is that 15-day detox. Okay, so those things, again, critical thing is like I mentioned, reducing the inflammation in your body. Okay, through what you're eating, clean your carbs, fix your fats, perfect your proteins, trash your toxins. Okay, and again, when it comes to detoxification, reduce your exposure. Okay, and then you got to have a way to get those toxins, those chemicals out, and that's where the detox system and the 15-day detox are phenomenal. Okay, I had a patient, husband and wife, just do the 15-day detox about a month or two ago, and they said it was just absolutely phenomenal. They noticed such a difference, okay, in energy levels, sleep, those things. It's truly had a huge impact on their life. So I encourage that. So with that, today, last thing, actually a couple things. If you are a guest, okay, and you've never had an exam or X-ray, or don't have never had your spine or nervous system checked, okay, definitely call the office, 303-945-4987. We can get you scheduled for that exam, those X-rays, to see exactly what's going on with your spine, your nervous system. Again, typically $225, but since you're watching this, just $99. Okay. Also, with that, we have since you've watched this, okay, we have next time you're in the office, be sure to get our supplement pricing sheet, all supplements, because you've watched this. are 10 to 15% off, okay, through the end of next week, okay, through the end of next week, 10 to 15% off. So that's through November 5th, okay, again, 10 to 15% off. So be sure to ask the girls for that supplement price sheet, and they can get that to you so you can get the product at the discounted rate. Also with that, this is a punch card webinar workshop. So with that, bring your punch card in, and be sure to get your punch as well. Okay. So with that, hope you guys take some steps, okay, and implement. Okay. Information without utilization or action really is useless. So take the steps. Okay. Again, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. For those of you that are new, okay, just start doing baby steps. Okay, so for all of you patients, I'll see you next time in the office. Have a great one.